More than I wanted to know, actually. But in Nashville, there seems to be a line, an invisible line that nobody knows about. You come in there, you waltz in there like, yeah, that's right, I'm gonna be famous, and these guys have been there for about like 10 years, and no, you're not, get back in the line. And so, and I had this, I found another songwriter, you know. We're sharing a hovel, and and Bobby Weber had moved in also. It was just great. I'll tell you some stories later about that. But and so I'm getting ready to go downtown, and so my roommate says, "So where are you going?" I says, "Well, I'm going to go downtown." He says, "What you going to do down there?" I said, "I'm going down 16th Avenue just if I can get an advance on a song." And he says, "Oh, you are? Are you really? Well, tell me how that turns out." You know? So I came back about 4 hours later, and Michael, my roommate, was waiting. He said, "So how did it go?" And so I whipped out this check for like $250. I got an advance. You know, I said, "Pretty good." You know, he didn't speak to me for about a week. But anyway, and this is a song. Almost got a Willie cut on this, but apparently the guy that was pitching my song to Willie's producer, Fred Foster found out that this guy had a tag on it, and he wasn't going to have anything to do with it. But anyway, it's almost Willie cut. Well, you know that I'm just a dreamer. I've been that way most of my life. And you know you're a stalker and a screamer. And I know I ain't no prize. But we always wound up back together, in spite of the things we both do. Most of our friends think we're crazy, and sometimes I think we are too. But for all of the nights we went round and around, you still take me back. When I got back in town, we still stayed together. We made it somehow, and I guess you must love me by now. I guess you must love me by now. Oh, I love you just as much. Sing along, move along. And I never told you, but you knew it somehow. Oh, I guess you must love me by now. Well, I know you get tired of my rambling whenever I leave you alone. Still, you would never refuse me if I called, said I'm coming home. And there were times when faith was broken. Looking back, I know that you knew, but angry words never were spoken about the difference between faithful and true. And for all of the nights we went round and around, you'd still take me back. When I got back in town, we still stayed together. We made it somehow, and I guess you must love me by now. I guess you must love me by now. Oh, I love you just as much as any law would allow. And I never told you, but you knew it somehow. Oh, I guess you must love me by now. Oh, guess you must love me by now.
We're going to do our interview section now, so I'm going to ask my lovely assistant with the rabbit. No, that's not
Jessica Rabbit, I've heard of her.
Go ahead and grab
Do I have to get up?
Yes, you do. You got to stand
Okay,
yourself
all right.
and fall where you Chuck.
Can I take my beer?
You can take your mic, you can take your.
Okay.
I got your microphone.
I got my beer.
Come on over here, bro. There's you talking still.
Yes, I've always wanted to work at Walmart. Tell me what I have to say. America's largest employer.
Less is more at Walmart. Here we go. Okay.
They've got a lot of less.
So I want you to be thinking about what questions you might have for him that I might not ask him in this section of the program, because you're going to be able to have a Q&A in the second set. But for right now, do you remember how old you were when you wrote your first song?
I can tell you how I was when I signed my first publishing contract.
No, that's not what I want to know.
Do I remember how old I was when I wrote what song?
Your first song. When did you first write a song?